Hello and welcome to this lecture. You just learned about transformation. So, within Spark, when it comes to transformation, there are two kinds of transformation happening. The first kind of transformation is like wherein a simple transformation is involved, right? You are saying that out of this data frame, select only the records with specific data type, right? So within the same partition, it creates another partition. So one input partition, it will create another output partition within the same node. So whatever data it finds in that partition, it runs that transformation, and there is always one-to-one mapping. One input partition will create one output partition within the same node, and all this is happening in memory because this data frame is in memory. The transformation happens and the data frame, second data frame, also goes to the memory. So all this processing is happening within the same node and it is happening within the memory. So the whole transformation, this kind of narrow transformation, is a fast activity. But consider the other one, which is called wide transformation. What happens in this case? In this case, consider that data frame, you are having some very complex logic of transforming the data. So you are, for example, you might be saying that if I go back to the data frame you just created, you are putting a logic that uh, based on body mass index, if body mass index is this, then do this. If body mass index is this, then do this. You have a complex logic of that. So it might result that one input data frame partition, while getting the data from one data frame partition as an input, it might create more than one partition, and those partitions, the output partition, might result going in different nodes. And when this happens, the output partitions are stored in disk. So on these different nodes, when the Spark creates this output partition, those go to the disk of those nodes. So it does not remain only in memory, it goes to the disk. So there is a IO operation involved, and that makes it slow, and that is what called shuffle. So in the Spark world, when you go to the advanced concept of making things faster, one of the concept is optimizing the shuffle, right? That is one term you will always hear when it comes to optimizing the operations in Spark, making operations in Spark faster. And remember, if you are going for interview and they ask you advanced concepts about Spark, they might ask you about shuffle optimization. Okay, awesome. I will see you in next lecture.